Now I'm going to tell you about the third strategy for calculating crypto gain. And this is actually the strategy that everybody uses but doesn't admit to it. And in fact, it is the easiest strategy to use. And it's going to sound crazy, but nobody knows better than you how much money you made. You have an internal gauge in your mind where you think how much money you have. You have an estimate. It's probably a range. It's not an exact number, but it's somewhere between this amount and that amount. And if you are very fed up with trying to do any method, you can take that range, kind of think it through, get it down to a range you believe in, divide it in half, and report that on your tax return. That will be a number you believe in that's pretty close to accurate, even though you're not doing the detail work. And if you're reporting a gain that you believe in, then the amount of taxes you'll be paying will be amount that you can feel confident in as well. At least if you are audited or examined by the tax authorities, when they finally do a gain calculation number, it should come up pretty close to what you estimated. Now, doing your own gain calculation is a lot easier if you've been keeping a trading journal, even if your trading journal has missing data. At least it will give you a good tickler in terms of how much money you made at different times. It's easy to forget your big trades, and we over-exaggerate our losses on certain things. So that would be helpful. Let me tell you a story. I had a client who came to me because he was using an online gain calculation service, and they were doing the gain calculation. He actually was paying them to do the gain calculation for him. And they came up with a total gain of $120 million. Now, he was a high-frequency trader, and he had a lot of money, and it was a complicated work. In this example, I'm using the word millions, and that might seem daunting to you, but we could take out the word millions and put in thousands or hundreds, and it may be close to your situation. So when he told me about it, he said, Clinton, there's no way I made $120 million, and I'm not paying taxes on $120 million that I didn't make. I simply asked him, how much do you think you made? And he said, well, I think I made somewhere between 40 million and 80 million. And I said, well, then it sounds like if we filed a tax return for you that reported 60 million, you'd be pretty comfortable with that. And you'd be comfortable paying taxes on 60 million because that's a number you believe in. He said, yeah, that's exactly right. So we went ahead and filed his tax return that way because it was kind of late in the tax season. The taxes needed to be paid. So we led with that number, and then we did a fixed price gain calculation. And when it was all done, we came up with a gain calculation number of 61 million. And we amended his tax return, reported that, and he paid it accordingly. And he felt comfortable. He had saved a fortune. And that just goes to show that even when you're making millions and millions, you still have a gut feeling of how much money you made, and you should trust it. And a key takeaway from this is that if you're using any online gain calculation service or a full service provider, and they're telling you a total gain calculation that you don't believe in, then don't trust that number. Trust the number that you believe in. It's safer for you to report your estimate than to pay too much taxes or too little, as the case might be.